Hi everyone, I'm Emre from Upsonic, and welcome back to our series where we build practical, real-world demo agents just to show you how powerful the Upsonic framework really is. In each video so far, we've taken an example problem and turned it into an autonomous AI agent, fully end-to-end in just a few lines of code. Today, we're going to be focusing on fintech operations with the email classification agent. It's a lightweight but fully capable system that is automatically going to read incoming emails, understand their intent, and route them to the right department in seconds. It's fast, fully transparent, and built entirely with Upsonic. That being said, let's take a look at how this works conceptually. So fintech operation teams receive tons of emails daily from ministries, regulators, tax offices, and courts. So sorting them manually wastes time and of course increases the risk of errors. And what our agent is going to do is going to automate this process in 4 clear steps. Read the email, understand the intent, classify category, and route the result. Each email is processed fairly quickly, fully automated, and no manual input is needed. With that being said, let's just jump into the code to see how this agent is actually built. So this demo runs just from 2 files. First is the email samples.py file. This essentially is going to simulate a real inbox that you would see with 8 sample messages. And these range from finance audit requests, tax liens, to fraud investigation and KYC updates and whatnot. And at the top here in our main logic file, classify emails.py, we're going to define a pydantic model similar to the other agents that we've built. And in this case, it's called the classification result. And it structures the output into 4 fields: category, confidence, explanation, and routing. And the heart of our logic is inside the classify email function. And this is where everything happens. It builds a detailed system prompt that describes the possible categories, things like information request, lien on bank, fraud investigation, KYC update, compliance notice. And this will tell the LLM exactly how to reason and where to route each type of email that we can see right here. And after the agent analyzes the email, it's going to return a structured JSON result that we will see shortly. That being said, let's see what our Upsonic email classification agent does in action. So now that we have our terminal open, we will use this prompt and run our agent. I'll run it across our entire simulated inbox, which contains those 8 different examples that we mentioned a few moments ago. I'll run it. So the agent starts reading and classifying each email one by one. And each time you see this block right here, it's the Upsonic framework spawning a new reasoning task. So it's analyzing the email text and returning a structured JSON result with the classification, confidence, explanation, and routing. Everything you see here, the analysis, decision, and output format, just happened in just a few seconds. So for example, starting at the top here, email from the Ministry of Finance was recognized as an information request and has a confidence score and an explanation. So this agent kind of understood that it's asking for account statements and audit data, so it routes that directly to the data operations queue. A few lines down, tax collection office. You can see that this one contained like legal terms like lien, court order. So the model correctly classified it as a lien on bank and routes it to the legal department, or in a real world scenario would route it to the legal department. Central Bank Compliance Division, kind of worth mentioning. References, for example, suspicious activity report and irregular transaction. So this agent identifies this as a fraud investigation and routes it to the fraud prevention unit. Again, many more examples down here that we could go through, but scrolling all the way to the bottom, there's a summary. So out of 8 emails, it identified 2 information requests, 2 lien on bank account, 2 fraud investigation, 1 compliance notice, and 1 know your customer update. So in a real world, fintech environment, this agent could process hundreds of messages daily and all autonomously. And what's powerful here is that it's just text classification, it's just action routing. In a production setup, you may have these routing labels directly trigger actions. For example, an email marked as a lien on bank could automatically create a legal case ticket on a different platform. Fraud investigation could be pushed instantly into like a fraud analysis dashboard or send an alert of some sort. And then information requests could generate a templated response with the request reports attached, and it could send the email for you. You never know. So many options, so many ways to go about using the Upsonic Agent Framework. And again, there are many more examples I can list, but you can imagine, how much time and manual triage this saves for compliance and operation teams in Fintech. And that's going to be it for our email classification agent. It's a simple but practical example of how the Upsonic framework can automate real fintech workflows. And what's powerful here isn't just the result, it's the framework. Like I said in previous videos, Upsonic lets you build domain-specific agents tailored for fintech operations. With a built-in safety engine to enforce policies and it being fully open source, teams can adopt and extend it however they want. And that's going to be it for today. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm Emre, and thanks for watching. And as always, let's create together.